Hello and hello. Thank you so much for joining me yet again today. How are you doing? Good. Unless you said bad, then that's not good. But I hope you're doing better by the end of today. Anyway, normal everyday German things that really surprised me. I like how this first frame is like, it's like it could be the thumbnail, you know? I'm really surprised by the German things. By Antoinette Emily. Go check her out, link down below. Oh, she's a New Zealander living in Germany. Interesting. I'm excited for this stuff. I love normal, that's the most entertaining kind of thing. Like things that Germans would just think are normal everyday things. Or like as an American, something I just think of as normal everyday things. But it's not in Germany. Okay.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, it is so great to have you. I'm Antoinette, a New Zealander living in Germany.
I love that accent.
Recently, a few people have asked me, Antoinette, do you ever run out of ideas when it comes to talking about Germany? And I can honestly say that I never run out of ideas, and I don't think I ever will. I have got almost 10 years worth of Germany related content right here, and I love to talk about it, and I love that you guys enjoy listening to it. So with that being said,
how cool is that? What a cool channel. I mean, she's got a nice channel, 60,000 subscribers, and she just talks. Go check out her channel. Go check it out. All sorts of German topics. Very fun.
In this video today, I am going to be talking about everyday, regular German things that really surprised me when I first moved to Germany. So in no particular order, one of the things that I was very surprised about, almost shocked about, is the fact that the majority of Germans drive manual cars.
Yeah, okay.
And according to the research that I have done, it is about 9...
So actually, the only thing surprising to me about that is I guess New Zealanders don't. So, obviously Americans don't, and I guess the New Zealanders are on board with the automatic cars.
90% of Germans that drive manual cars.
90%?
I have done, it is about 90% of Germans that drive manual cars, not 19%.
It's because you guys love cars. That's why. You guys actually love cars, like how they work and the different engines, and you like to feel in control and feel that perfect shift. I know it. I know it.
90%. This is something I found so surprising because around 90% of New Zealanders drive automatic cars. And so for somebody in New Zealand to drive a manual car, that is something really rare. You do not see that every day. The subject...
Something wrong with that guy.
...of driving in Germany is something that is heavily on my mind at the moment because...
Why is he inconveniencing himself for no seeming benefit?
As I've mentioned before, I'm in...
Because he likes cars.
...the process of doing my German driver's license, and I could save this for a whole video of its own. I will definitely be making a dedicated video on this subject, but for now...
I love the topic of the German driver's license.
I'm just going to be talking about the fact that I am learning to drive a manual car.
Oh boy.
And this is like nothing for Germans. Like everyone in Germany learns to drive in a manual, but in New Zealand hardly anybody does. Why does...
That would be so embarrassing for me to make a video learning to drive a manual car.
So many
but I might have to do it.
Germans choose to drive manual cars over automatic cars. This was the question I asked myself. I was so confused by this because to me, logically, I think it's so much easier to drive an automatic car where everything's done for you. And
but you know what? It's not worth doing if it's easy.
You know, why add extra stress to your life and extra work when you don't really need to? I asked my husband this question because he's always driven a manual car. He's just used to it and he prefers to drive a manual. He said to me that for him, driving an automatic is boring and it takes the fun out of driving. And he feels like when he's driving a manual, he has...
I bet there's a lot of Germans that have never even driven an automatic car. Right? I mean, you've probably driven a golf cart, though. Pretty much the same thing.
Much more control of the car.
Unless you have manual golf carts.
It's just like a better feel for the car. And so that was his answer. I would love to hear some of your answers in the comment section. So guys, the next regular
I think that's the real answer. Like, yeah, maybe it's a little cheaper of a car, and maybe it's more efficient in some ways, but
day
I think you just like it.
German thing that really surprised me when I first came to Germany was the concept of winter tires. I had never heard of this in my life before, winter tires.
Never heard
so
of that.
in Germany, for safety reasons, it is absolutely mandatory to have winter tires on your car.
Oh, it's mandatory. Okay, here in America, it's absolutely not mandatory. It's up to you. You can be a menace out there on the road or into yourself in the winter, as I am. I'm gonna be honest, I've never bought winter tires. But Indiana's pretty flat, so it's not that big a deal.
During the winter months. So by law, these tires in Germany have to have a minimum of 1.6 millimeters tread depth. So these tires, they're just thicker, they're better quality or less
Do the cops carry around like a little ruler?
likely to slip in extreme weather conditions. This
Probably
does
do.
make sense because in Germany it snows and there is a lot more extreme weather in wintertime compared to New Zealand. It just surprised me because I'd never really heard of the concept of winter tires. In New Zealand, they drive with just regular tires all year round. So these tires would be sort of the equivalent to the German everyday tires, not the winter tires. So I asked myself the question, why do Germans
I think there might be some states here in America that do have tight regulations on the tires. Maybe.
not drive all year round with winter tires? That would definitely
so.
save them having to change their tires over halfway through the year. And my husband Rob
It's too expensive. Tires are ridiculously expensive. I can't be buying winter tires.
said to me that winter tires in Germany are very expensive, and so you want to save on those tires and only use them when you really have to use them, and the rest of the time you drive with your less expensive, regular tires. So if you were caught driving without your winter tires in Germany during the winter months, you will be fined between 40 and 80 euros. And also if you are in an accident without
That's not bad.
your winter tires during the winter months, then your insurance company will most likely not cover you.
That's rough. That's rough. That does honestly kind of make sense. It's kind of like here in America, obviously if you're driving under the influence or something, your insurance company might not cover you. Actually, I don't know. I assume they don't.
So it's very important that you drive with your winter tires in Germany during the winter months. Okay, so moving on to a completely different subject. This is something that really surprised me.
Insurance companies will come up with anything, any reason to not cover you. So I absolutely believe it. They probably wouldn't cover it.
Me when I first came to Germany, which is something that most Germans would think nothing of. It's just a regular everyday thing, and that is German shower heads. So the majority of shower heads in Germany are removable shower heads. So in Germany, the shower heads, they slip into like a little thing, and you
Oh, shoot. How long have I been disappeared? Hold on. I'm back, guys. You guys don't know, but it's been like 45 minutes. But I'm back. Let's get to it. We're talking about shower heads. I just watched the last 3 seconds to remind myself. Shower heads. They're
and you can
detachable.
stand up and have your shower.
Whoa.
Majority of shower heads in Germany
How did I do that?
are removable shower heads.
Okay.
So in Germany, the shower heads, they slip into like a little thing, and you can stand up and have your shower and the water is pouring over you, or you can grab the shower head and you can sort of wash yourself with the shower head. So you can actually take the shower head off the holder or whatever.
Now, the funny thing kind of about this is that most American showers are not like Germany's. Mine, because my wife bought it, is like Germany's, where you can take it off and move it around. So that's sort of interesting. Like, I had never seen that until my wife got it or whatever. That's interesting that all German shower heads are like that. It's objectively better, right? The only downfall is you have this big hose going down and up, which kind of gets, I don't know, takes up a little bit of room. But apart from that, it's great.
I'm not explaining this very well. In New Zealand, the shower
Then again, I don't really ever use it.
heads actually fixed, so you can't grab them. They're not removable. I'm not saying that all shower heads are like this in New Zealand, but I personally have never seen a removable shower head in New Zealand. So that was something I was like, wow, I wasn't sure how I felt about it at the beginning. Now I don't know how I could live without a removable shower head. I love
It makes sense.
it. It's just so much easier to wash when it's removable. You just grab it and you can like wash under your arms.
yeah.
You can wash down here when you're washing your
Oh
hair.
yeah, the nether regions. You can spray right up. It's like a bidet in the shower.
You can just like really get in there and the water's like right up, you know, in your hair, and it's like really good pressure, and I just love that. And whenever I go back home to New Zealand and I have a shower, I feel like the pressure's not very good and I just want to grab the shower head, but I can't.
Like, what do you do with your hands?
So that is something that was really like an unusual concept to me when I first came to Germany. I've grown to love it. If you're watching this and you're from a country other than New Zealand or Germany, does your country have removable or fixed shower heads? I'm really interested to know. Okay guys, so moving on to another subject,
America's
a completely
are
different
fixed.
subject again. Now this is something that totally surprised me when I first came to Germany, and right now I probably see this on a daily basis in Germany. This is a regular everyday thing
What
that
is
you
it?
would see in Germany. You don't even blink an eyelid. This is the older generation in Germany, probably over the age of about 70, riding bicycles. And wow, I thought this was amazing when I first saw this in Germany. Like,
It is kind of funny, like what they say about a bicycle, or at least here in America. You know, once you learn, you never forget. And that's, well, maybe they only say that in America. I don't know. You tell me. Do they say that phrase? No, it's like learning a bike. Once you learn, you never forget. But that's because Americans will ride bikes as a kid, but then almost never ride a bike. I mean, of course, some people do it as a hobby, but no one's riding a bike. Not many people are riding a bike around for like utility to get around, except for when they're like 10 years old. But with that said, like for instance, I haven't been on a bike in like 10 years. If I got on a bike, I could pick it right back up. I know exactly how to ride it. So once you know, it's like learning a bike. I don't know. Do you guys know that phrase? But anyway, you guys probably don't have that phrase in Germany because you guys actually ride bikes. But it is a good exercise for old people because it's low impact on the knees and feet. Just don't fall off.
like this was something you barely ever see in New Zealand, older people riding bicycles. And in Germany, they not only ride bicycles, they ride without helmets, and they...
I mean, my dad is like older and he rides a bike all the time. He rides like crazy. So to me, it's normal because my dad does it.
go on long sort of bike treks. This is just something that is so normal in Germany to see the older generation riding bicycles, and I think this is amazing. You know how the old saying goes, if you don't use it, you lose it, and that is so, so true. I love to see...
No, that's the opposite of what I just said about bicycles. That's the opposite. That does not apply to bicycles. Well, it's like learning how to ride a bike. Once you learn, you never forget. You don't have to use it. Although I think she's referring to like your body in general, which is absolutely true. As you get older, you know, if you don't use your body and get out and move around and do something physical, you will lose that agility. And I think that's what she meant.
You know how the old saying goes, if you don't use it, you lose it. And that is so, so true. I love to see the older generation just getting out there and being active and just enjoying life. And you just see this so often in Germany, at least the area of Germany where I live. We have a lot of really nice bike tracks in our area of Germany that take you from town to town, village to village, city to city. And I think it is just...
like the German Alps, which, by the way, to the 300 people that saw it, I uploaded that video today or yesterday. I had issues, so I had to, with the music, so I had to delete it. It was like restricted. I'm fixing it, and that'll go up in like a couple days. I don't know. Yeah.
just a really great practical way to get around, riding your bike. This is something I just love about Germany. The older generation, they just get out there on their bikes, they make a whole weekend of it. They'll go for big bike tours and groups, and they'll stop for like little picnics along the river, and it's just something.
How do you carry all this stuff for the picnic? On your bike? Oh my gosh, that sounds like an adventure.
That is really normal to see in Germany. And I remember when my mum was staying with us, she commented about the fact that so many Germans, like older Germans, ride bikes. And I think that is so cool, and I hope that when I am like over 70, I will be active and riding my bike. I have even seen people over 80 riding bikes in Germany. How cool is that? So anyway, guys, that's all I've got for today.
That is really cool. And you know what? Even though it might be dangerous, that's a cool way to die. Falling off a bike. Is that bad to say? Yeah, I feel like I shouldn't say something like that.
If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. I would love you to consider subscribing to my channel. I know that a lot of you watching my videos are not actually subscribed, so if you would...
How did she know? How the heck did she know that?
Hit that subscribe button, it would mean the world to me.
I like the new animations with the YouTube. Okay, I don't know. I was hoping I could just click it and do it again, but anyway.
Feel free to connect with me on Instagram, and I will see you again really soon.
Go check out her channel. What a great channel. As a German, I love watching videos like this one because it's cute to see what people of other countries think about us Germans. Yeah, that's what people say about my reactions. Anyway, thank you for watching. You guys are the greatest and the best. I'll see you guys tomorrow for some German memes. Goodbye.